This first poem is titled People Forget Politics. There are brief moments in history when people forget their political affiliations. There are brief moments when something sudden happens and it makes people stop. Barack Hussein Obama, a very leftist Democrat, touted his Illinois ties in Abraham Lincoln, a Republican president, and hoped no one would know the difference. But what we remember is that Lincoln was fatally shot, and we remember the injustice of such a hasty, rash act. Republican President Ronald Reagan said in the operating room, surgeons, after he was shot, "Please tell me you're Republicans." But as I said, at times like these, we forget our political affiliations. We only want to help or lend a hand, unless the news is so shocking to believe that we all can't shake that state of shock. We see the news, we hear the news, we read the news, and we think, this can't be. This isn't supposed to happen. But here we are. And for a brief moment, mankind forgets our political affiliations. And we try to figure out how to put the pieces back together before we can unite and move on. That poem, People Forget Politics, was written on November 22nd, the 1963 date that President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. I wasn't close to alive then. My husband says he was an infant and remembers his mother crying, I believe. It just shocked. No matter your political, some things just happen, and you don't know how to go on when you hear something that shocking. These are poems that I'm sharing with you in honor of the monthly poetry event that Australian Tom Woodruff would host in North Austin called Community Poetry at Half Price Books. Because of pandemic, that had stopped, and yes, I'm wearing an Illini shirt. I would do things like this just to, say, no, I'm not from Texas. And I just got this shirt, so I had to wear it for this reading, and I thought I'd share with you a few more poems from this book, Stardust in Hand, which is, I can hit the page later, which is the September to December 2021 issue collection book. Titles are based on accepted writings within the book. There is something in this book titled Stardust in Hand, and I even did a request asking people to give me something with the title that I can come up with for a title for this collection book, because this book, I just so love this NASA photo that looks like a hand, wrong hand, Janet, hand grabbing at a nebula. It's just the coolest thing. So this is how I sometimes would come up with titles. Hey, give me haikus, and maybe it could be a title of a collection book. But I was going to share with you, this is from November, I believe. Aha! This, I'm going to share with you a few poems. I hope you enjoy this one. This one is called Queen's Rule. When a life is filled with women treated as ancillary, some consolation may be found when you hear the year James II, King of Cyprus, James the Bastard, even is his name. In the year he chose Katerina for his wife, which she accepted by proxy when she was 14, until 4 years later when she was able to travel to marry. But James the Bastard, the King of Cyprus, died soon after their marriage, and according to his will, his pregnant Katerina acted as regent. Her infant son died before he even reached his first birthday, meaning this woman ruled over all of Cyprus, this beautiful island, until she was forced to sell her republic to Venice. So, this last Crusader state became a colony of Venice, and as its last queen, On horseback, she rode away in silken robes with her accompanying ladies and knights, sobbing at leaving the land she loved. Many cried with her, while she was even allowed to retain the title of queen. Now, this one young girl, accepting a proposal at 14, has since had charitable organizations exist in her honor, and operas were even written about her as well. It may have been heartbreaking to lose her love, but then to lose her also her only son. Even then, a king knew that a woman might have just the right answers to exactly how to run things right, as only a woman could do. History can only see the influence a woman could be, because this one last queen got the opportunity to be the peak, the finale of this island's dynasty. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that poem from the Down in the Dirt issue collection book, Stardust in Hand. I also have to give a wave out when I'm doing a Facebook live feed to live people that are watching the video. I hope everyone's doing well, staying creatively inclined, and has been ultra vaccinated. I hope you have. But I'm going to read with you one, maybe two more poems in this reading. I hope you enjoy them. I've just found this one. Aha. Beginning of November issue. This piece is called Holding My Hand. When we're rocking together in stride down the street and our feet pump out the same rhythm and our shoulders are almost touching and our hands brush up against each other for one brief moment, and he reaches over and takes my hand. When he slides his fingers along mine and I feel him move along the palm of my hand, well, no one knows what it feels like when his fingers curl and hold me tight. Well, it feels like Pop Rocks. It feels like that candy is sliding down my throat after I've let it explode on my tongue, and it's still tingling, and no one knows I'm eating this, and no one knows the feeling, and this is my little secret. And I feel this feeling like never before, and it makes me want to laugh and cry, because I look around the room and no one is eating those Pop Rocks, and no one knows the feeling when he's holding my hand. In honor of that, I'm going to skip ahead and share with you maybe one last Twitter-length periodic table poem in this book. I was writing periodic table poems, and a chemist friend knew of a contest, so they told me that you could send them, and they're all Twitter-length, and so I vowed to write them all. The contest ended. I won third place with Magnesium Burn, I believe. But that's not what I'm reading for you. I'm going to read for you this poem in here, in this book. If it is within the book, and I have Instagram images for it, I will show them in the book as well. I'm going to find it on a tablet so you can see it in color as well, though I don't know how well this color will turn out. But this is an isotope for cerium. This is cerium-141, one of the most prolific fission products of the atom bomb. After U.S.'s 45 Trinity, New Mexico bomb test, about 2,000 miles away, New York's Kodak faced spotted X-ray paper from packaging made with war remnants at local rivers containing beta particle radiation activity of cerium-141. U.S. government gave Kodak future test times to keep not people, but film safe. Thought I'd share that one with you. And wait, I'm going to find it on a tablet over here. If I could, I would put it into Instagram images that would appear online as well. And it comes in color if you can see it, and you can't probably see it from here because it's difficult, I'm sure. But you can always look for cerium-141 at scars.tv, and you'll be able to find links to these as well, because that appeared on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Tumblr and who knows where else online. And in this book, in this Down in the Dirt issue collection book titled Star in Hand. I'm sorry, Tom Woodruff, that you're not running this open mic at Half Price Books right now, but I read these in honor of your open mic at the same time, the first Wednesday of every month. I hope everyone is remaining safe. I hope everyone has been vaccinated if they can be. I know some people cannot, but I want everyone to stay as safe as possible and as creative as possible. And I might do a reading or two in this time in honor of this open mic, so come back for them, and I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you very, very soon. Thank you all so very much. Thanks.